Fire. Fire for fire. Fire. A gamer drank 12 energy drinks in 10 minutes. This is what happened to his organs. I kind of want to watch that, actually. It's 12 minutes. He died! Newsflash, he died! Chat, you want to watch that? I kind of do. I know it's off topic, but chubbyemu is nice. I like their format. He's smart. Ooh. Yes, yes, you think that? Okay, okay, okay. The first time chat smell never gets old, huh? Dead by energy drink? He probably had a heart attack, or he might have gotten resuscitated, but still. His liver failed? I imagine so, yeah. How you hear Dark Souls boss music IRL is that much caffeine? 12 energy drinks? That's like... I don't know what energy drink he drank, though. Diabetes? The diabetes does not kill you before the caffeine overdose. Yeah, cardiac arrest. Your heart starts pumping like... How big are these cans? They probably were monster cans if I had to guess, but we'll see. Yeah, your heart just explodes, kind of. Essentially. Hi, Icy Spicy!
A man drank 12 energy drinks in 10 minutes.
Oh my god.
This is what happened to his organs.
Oh, it's Monster.
JS is a 36-year-old man presenting
And he's 36 too! Oh no.
to the emergency room with breakthrough abdominal pain. He tries to tell the admitting nurse what was happening, but he had to grip the armrests of his chair to stop himself from emptying his stomach onto her shoes again. You see, JS was a man living the dream. When he was growing up in the 80s, he was always around video games. His parents liked playing them, but JS didn't have friends who played video games because he really didn't have any friends at all. When he was 14 in 1998, Pokemon had just come out. Some of the Pokemon in Red and Blue could only be had if players traded with each other on their Game Boys, but because JS didn't have any friends, he could never make the trades needed to get those Pokemon. As the years passed, what JS didn't have as a kid, he tried as hard as he could to have as an adult. If he couldn't have Gengar when he was young, that's a Pokemon that required a trade to get, then JS...
I've been here 5 minutes but time to leave. But wow, that energy guy is him, honestly impressive numbers.
I think he probably either gets poisoned or probably has heart palpitations and has a heart attack, if I had to guess. But thank you, though. Swing by to see chat. Okay, okay, I guess I'm not good enough. Okay, cool. Next time I won't say hi.
Adult. If there were games and movies that he didn't have as a kid, he had them as an adult. But these were material things. If he didn't have friends and recognition as a kid, then he tried as hard as he could to get them as an adult. One day at his workplace, JS thought it would be funny to chug some energy drinks. The admin loved to stock them in the fridge, and the company always touted the drinks as a wonderful benefit for a great place to work. At the table now, JS...
Well, in moderation, yeah, it's probably fine.
wanted to put on a show. He was going to chug 12 energy drinks in 10 minutes, and it was going to be legendary. At first, it felt cold on the way down. He could feel the burn at the back of his throat, but as the cans continued, the burn started to become discomfort as it felt like sores were growing and tearing up his mouth. Immediately after chugging all 12 energy drinks, JS didn't feel well. The bottom of his chest was burning. He wasn't sure if it was his stomach or his heart hurting. He was short of breath, and to take his mind off of everything, he started playing some games. As the hours passed, JS could feel his heart fluttering.
12 cans in 10 minutes.
For him, caffeine never really had much of an effect.
160 milligrams per can, so times 12. Holy shit, that's a lot of caffeine. Holy shit!
Even if the max daily recommendation is 400 milligrams a day, JS easily pushed 700, 800, 900 milligrams during LAN parties and weekend gaming marathons. I must just have good genetics to break down caffeine.
Okay, buddy. Good genetics, yeah.
Quickly. he thought. What started as a discomfort at the bottom of his chest started radiating out to his back, in between his shoulder blades. JS knew that he was—
Oh, your shoulder blades. What does that mean? If the pain is radiating back to your shoulder blades? I know that's like really bad. I just don't know what it is. I'm not a doctor. Kidneys? Yeah, I think so, right? Your kidneys start giving out.
Wired. He could feel it all throughout the night while he was playing games and watching his friends stream. He thought taking a small shot of some other drink could help relieve some of his pain. But problems started happening when JS emptied his stomach into the kitchen sink. He had been feeling nauseous for several hours. After letting it all go in the sink, he started feeling even worse. He could feel his heart beating in his eyes. The back pain would just burn underneath his neck, and the pain in his stomach would come in waves, each one more intense than the last. Anytime he tried drinking some water, that water would come right back up.
I think that's kidneys. If your water comes out, that means your kidneys are failing.
JS tried holding out for at least a day because he believed that none of this could have been the energy drinks. Those—
What? You were in this much pain and you're not going to the doctor? Dude, some people are just built different, man.
Should have already passed through his body, so it must be something else. But finally, JS couldn't eat anymore. He couldn't drink anything anymore, and the pain was so sharp and burning as he calls for 911, and he's brought to the emergency room where we are now.
Based gamer.
Doctors noticed that JS was nauseous. He had already thrown up on the nurse's shoes. His breathing was stressed, and he said that his abdominal pain would radiate to his back, like someone had taken a crowbar and started prying it apart. A blood test finds that JS has hyperglycemia. Hyper meaning high, glyce referring to glucose, another name for sugar, and emia meaning presence in blood. High sugar presence in blood.
Oh, no
Each
shit.
can that JS drank had more than 50 grams of sugar.
50 grams? Oh my god! And he drank how many? 12? Oh my god. Yeah, he gives himself instant diabetes.
12 cans means that he chugged over 1 pound of sugar in 10 minutes.
1 pound of
hyperglycemia should make sense. But the problem is, he chugged those energy drinks more than a day ago. He hadn't eaten anything afterwards because his abdomen just hurt so much. And the
4
body
pounds of sugar? Nah, man, your math is off. It's not 4 pounds of sugar.
Get rid of excess
He'd
blood
be
sugar
dead
as
if it was
quickly
4
as possible,
pounds.
so sugar shouldn't be high in his blood. The pancreas
Almost a
releases
kilo of
insulin
sugar.
to lower blood sugar. JS has abdominal pain, and the pancreas is in the abdomen. There could be a problem with his pancreas. Maybe it's not releasing insulin.
Type
maybe
4
something
diabetes.
is blocking it from releasing that insulin, or maybe it is releasing it and his body isn't responding to that insulin. This could mean that JS has diabetes, but that isn't in his medical record, and another test of his long-term blood sugar levels suggests he had pre-diabetes. But doctors have a different idea of what could be.
Yo, 7 years poggers.
Yo, thank you for the 7-year resub in broccoli. Oh my gosh, 7 million years. That's at least 2, yeah.
Happening. In the emergency room, doctors use an ultrasound machine to get an idea of what's happening to JS's pancreas.
No,
Maybe
he
a
did not get an
gallstone is
achievement.
blocking
He
it,
threw
backing
up.
up flow and causing problems, but they didn't see anything there. As they sent him in for a higher resolution scan, more results come back from the lab. JS has hyperlipasemia.
Hyperlipasemia. Lipo is fat and emia is in blood. So he has a lot of fat in his blood. Is that what I'm guessing? I'm just guessing. I'm not a doctor.
High lipase presence in blood. Lip
Fat.
from Greek lipos, referring to lipids or fats, and ase referring to enzyme. High fat degrading enzyme presence in blood.
High fat degrading enzyme in blood. Okay, okay.
Lipase
Very
comes from
smart.
the pancreas. It helps us digest the fats that we eat from our diet. If its levels are high in the blood, then it means that the pancreas is leaking it out. And if it digests fat, and the pancreas is partially made of fat, then it means that JS's pancreas is starting to digest itself. The abdominal pain radiating to his back, the nonstop nausea and vomiting, the inability to keep anything down, and the hyper—
I didn't think of that. I thought it had something to do with the kidneys. But kidneys is usually something to do with, like, not being able to process, like, and pee and shit.
hyperlipasemia.
It's eating
All of these
itself.
together,
Ugh.
meaning that JS has acute pancreatitis. pancreatitis, meaning an inflammation of the pancreas because something happened to it. Enzymes started leaking out of it, and it's now starting to digest itself.
Ooh.
Acute, meaning that all of this is happening suddenly, and the medical team wants to know why. In the emergency room, doctors don't know that JS had chugged 12 energy drinks in 10 minutes. He didn't tell them that. What doctors do ask him...
You have to be so stupid. Why won't you tell them? People are so fucking dumb. He didn't tell them? Why? What is he hiding from?
Is if JS consumes a lot of alcohol. Because he's young,
God,
excess alcohol may not have
man.
permanently damaged the liver yet. That takes some time. But it can hurt the pancreas suddenly. It's the second most common reason for pancreatitis after gallstones, which the ultrasound showed JS didn't have. JS did say that he did have one shot of liquor after the pain had started. They took his word for it, but they were suspicious.
I hate people who just don't give enough information for doctors to work with. It's so dumb. If I'm at the doctor, I tell them everything. I'm like, okay, so I had a piece of apple and I had a bread. Okay, so I drink 2 coffees a day. I don't smoke. Like, I'm so consistent. And this fucking gorilla can't even say, oh, I had 12 energy drinks in 10 minutes and then I felt really, really bad for 2 days and then I went to the hospital.
Suspicious, thinking that it may have been more than just a shot. But the reality was he took that shot several hours after the pain had already become severe, and doctors just had no idea about the 12 energy drinks. JS was started on IV fluids. He was dehydrated because he couldn't keep any water down.
Ding dong.
They give him medicines for the pain because it's so excruciating. And
why you bully him? Because people are trying to help you and you're... Like, I just don't see the logical reason of why you leave out something so crucial and so critical to trying to have the doctors help you save your life. I don't get it. Genuinely. To be fair, it's probably so dumb and didn't think the energy drinks are important. I guess. Big piss. Yo, Arx, thank you for the tier 1! We had somebody come through our imaging department and get 17,000 worth of testing done just to tell them the doc a week later he has a chronic meth problem. Paid for by our taxes, of course. It's literally the same principle. You can argue that they're stupid enough, but in the end, it costs people, like, money. That's crazy. Yo, thank you, Ark. I really appreciate it. Bad things happen after doing something out of the norm. Doctors asking if you consume something excessive, clearly not energy drink's fault. Like, yeah, I mean, even if... I don't know, I guess I'm just not that stupid. Like, I am stupid, I am a VTuber, but I'm not that stupid. Never had an energy drink, worried it was bad for heart. It can be in excess. Also, thank you, Winter Shadow, for the Prime Gaming. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
And everything seemed to be okay, but only for a short time. When body parts appear to be damaged, the immune system reacts. This is to protect you. The problem is, sometimes the immune system overreacts, and it does that overreaction when it shouldn't be reacting in the first place. Okay. JS's pancreas digesting itself is body part damage, so the immune system is there trying to protect him from that damage. But when inflammation, pancreatitis, happens, the area can start to swell with fluid, and in JS, where his pancreas was supposed to be, is starting to swell with fluid.
Yeah,
typically
and
in a 36-year-old man with no diagnosed past medical history, this kind of pancreatitis resolves itself. The medical team elects to watch and wait because even though his abdomen is swelling with fluid, doing surgery and cutting him open could be doing more harm than good. Sure. Even if the image looks scary, the body has a way of healing itself, and as a few days pass, things seem to be holding steady. JS probably didn't need to have surgery, and he's probably ready to go home, they thought. As the medical
and this is why it's a problem. They don't know what happened. They are having to guess, because a lot of doctors' work is having to take steps back and trying to piece puzzles together. Like, even something as basic as the show House, even though it's complete fantasy and it's like acting and stuff, it has a grain of truth to it. Where in the show they have to do like detective work. They don't know what's wrong with them. Any information helps, and when people leave out like stuff like drinking 12 energy drinks, in 10 minutes. Like, I'm sure they could find out a way that could help him faster. This is never lupus except when it's lupus. Yeah, exactly. How can you treat something you don't know how to cause it? They have to do guesswork. You genuinely, it's half of it is blind guesswork and trying to figure out what's wrong. Especially when he's that guy that can't even imagine that the 12 energy drinks is the cause. He's that stupid. I don't know. Maybe he's embarrassed. You don't know. But they always keep these stories anonymous. They're real stories from real life. Like, these happen at hospitals, but they never tell you who it is. It's just stories from, like, the news or stuff like that. Medical journals. Actually sounds way too much like a House episode. This guy's channel is basically, like, House, but instead of figuring out what led to this point, they tell you what happens, but then the doctors don't know sometimes. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but these stories are very, I don't know, not compelling, but, like, interesting, I guess.
Team gets ready
At least
to
to me,
discharge
I don't
him
know,
from
some
the
people might
hospital.
find it boring.
Everything seems to be going smoothly. But as the hours
House
pass,
but IRL.
JS starts to get chills.
No acting.
He starts running a fever as his blood pressure starts to drop. His heart is trying to keep up by pumping harder and faster, but it's not enough.
Of course, because his energy drink is still processing the caffeine. I'm pretty sure after 2 days, with drinking that many energy drinks that fast, you're still processing caffeine. I think chubbyemu said that most of his cases are made up cases for students, like completely made up hypotheticals. I've been watching it for like 3 years. I think you're right, but also there are like real cases. I don't know which ones are which, but he has said it. Like, there are real stories.
Another CT scan finds that gas is now in the space where the fluid was swelling. The stomach and the intestines have some air in them, but they're usually closed off, so their contents don't leak.
They just don't tell you which ones are real, I don't think.
So, if JS's stomach isn't punctured, then where could this gas be coming from? A blood test finds that not only are JS's liver and kidney starting to shut down now, but that he now has an infection. If bacteria and fungus floating around in the abdomen outside of the stomach can produce gas, then it means that fluid buildup from his inflamed pancreas is now infected.
Well, he had that enzyme that was eating the pancreas itself, yeah. I'd assume once you start breaking down the organs, it starts to leak into other organs. That's where the infection could start.
But it doesn't just stop there. Whatever's infecting him has now spilled into his bloodstream. The immune system detects this,
but they don't
and tries
know that.
to react again by dilating the body's blood vessels, while this drops the blood pressure. Adequate oxygen can't get to the organs like the liver and the kidneys as they start to shut down. JS comes in and out of consciousness as limited oxygen gets to his brain. All of this happening from pancreatitis in JS that came from chugging excess energy drinks as he finally utters to the medical team what happened. But
this
why
actor.
did this happen? Good question. Generally, most people know that energy drinks can be dangerous when consumed in huge excess. If you have one once in a while and you're young and healthy, it's probably not a big deal. But if you start chugging multiple cans back to back, then bad things are probably going to happen. Most people immediately think of the caffeine content. Each can that
It is the caffeine. For me personally, I don't like to drink excess caffeine anymore like I used to when I was younger. Like in university when I was like 18. I think caffeine is so bad. But I still drink it. But when it's excess, I had nitro cold brew for my 24-hour stream. I was buzzing like crazy. I was so fucking wired. I felt really, really bad at the same time too, but I was wired. I was so cooked. Yeah. Happy New Year, serious.
JS drink had 160 milligrams of caffeine, so 2 cans can get you very close to that recommended daily limit. Too much caffeine can make you wired, make your heart race, your breathing will become fast, it'll make you shaky and jumpy, and in some people, lots of caffeine will feel like a panic attack. This energy drink cardiotoxicity has been documented. Check out this video from my cardiologist friend Medlife Crisis, link in the description below. Energy drinks are more than just caffeine, and we don't exactly know how much of any one of these ingredients are in a single can. No one intended for someone to chug 5.5 liters of anything in 10 minutes. What we do know is that there might be an association with excess energy drink consumption and pancreas.
I also don't understand why energy drinks are allowed to be sold to children. I just don't get that. Genuinely, I think that giving people they get so much sugar, so much caffeine, and other chemicals all in one go on a child, like it can fuck them up. It's just so I don't understand it at all.
Not just the caffeine and the stimulants in there that'll get you in your heart. Whether it's chugging 12 cans in 10 minutes or drinking 3, 4, 5, 6 cans a day every day, the pancreas can get injured. We can't experiment on people in the setting because we can't give everyone huge amounts of energy drink until their pancreas starts digesting itself. And of the people who do drink 6 cans a day, we can't cut them open and look at their pancreas at any given time because it's buried.
We will see them in 10 years.
So deep inside the human
In Sweden,
body.
there's a 15+ age restriction. I think that's reasonable-ish. 15 is like,
he didn't have diabetes, but the blood test said pre-diabetes.
Little kids, it's like,
he didn't have hypertriglyceridemia, which can come from diabetes and cause pancreatitis. But the lesson is, pancreatitis can spiral out of control very quickly, even when the patient looks great and ready to go home, just like JS. He was holding steady until his organs just suddenly shut down because the inflammation got infected and spilled into his blood. With supportive care and antibiotics, a diligent medical team, and a renewed sense of life, realizing that he had everything that he could ever want, JS was able to make a recovery. If you're interested in the presenting to the emergency room mug or other chubbyemu merch, link to my
I think this is a fake story, by the way, that he made up, because when he has stories that are real, that he usually says like, this happened in X or this happened in Y, and then she made a full recovery and she was fine. Like this, I'm pretty sure this is a fake one, but still, I like these ones. They're interesting. Yeah, there are people. I bet there's some truth to it. I think there is probably. I mean, just let's look it up. Gamer drank 12 energy drinks story. Is there one that's real? Diabetes. Diabetes.co.uk. Unilad. No, that's his story. No. Gamer chugged. I downed 12 energy drinks. Is it the same story? No. Or is it real? No, it's real. I'm 36-year-old gamer. I'm had drank. Oh, it's real. Okay, never mind. I take it back. I guess this guy really is that stupid. He actually lived, man. Found an article regarding Sweden from 2018. There will be no age limit of 18 to buy energy drinks. Instead, the Swedish Food Agency proposes a maximum caffeine content in the sweet drinks. Yeah, probably it's for the best. UK? Yeah, apparently it's in the UK. Huh. Okay, I guess it's a real story. Interesting. So hot. Goddamn. Bo said hallelujah. Ooh! He lived on medical support drugs, keeping him alive for another 10 days. Evolution be damned. Should have stuck to tea. I love tea, man. I really do. I'm pretty sure that's a contributing factor to my caffeine addiction, because I started drinking tea with my parents. Like, my parents started feeding me tea when I was like 6 or 7. Not all the time, but like a lot. Like, they would just like have tea going like constantly. What the fuck? No, man. In Russian culture, you drink tea so much. It's not even funny. I'm pretty sure that's why I'm addicted to coffee and all that other stuff. I just swapped it. They were like, do you want to drink it right now? They always told me it was like really nice and like healthy. I don't think... Let me look. I don't know. Black tea caffeine content. 47 milligrams per cup. Is that a lot? It's not, right? Black tea. Coffee. Okay, it's still a lot. Russians were true weebs the whole time? What are you talking about? What has drinking tea got to do with being a weeb? It's a lot? Yeah, I was gonna say, like, compared to coffee, it's still a lot. Like, that's like more than half. Yeah. I've been addicted to caffeine since, like, forever, huh? I drank about 2 liters of black tea yesterday. I realized it's too late. My hands were still shaking into the morning, so the symptoms of caffeine overdose. Yeah, that happened to me too. I accidentally drank, and then I was like, I'm gonna try and go to bed. I was literally shaking in my bed. Like, not, you know, seizure-inducing, but I felt my body was like my heart was going like this. Like, the whole time, and I couldn't get it to stop. I could not. I was trying to calm myself down, and I'm pretty sure I was like I was almost inducing myself into a panic attack, and then I realized it was just the caffeine coursing through me, even though I drank it 4 hours ago, and it was nitro cold brew, so it really hit hard. And I was like, I'm never drinking tea or coffee, at least not decaf. Decaf black tea is okay. It's still a bit of caffeine, but still, it's not like that bad. I drink decaf tea sometimes at night, but that's like nothing compared to like other coffees and teas. I don't think I've ever had a caffeine overdose, and I've drank a lot of caffeine in my life. It has to be like a lot. It has to be very concentrated. It's so easy to drink too much. Is scary. Yeah, I mean, there's no like label for it or stuff, anything like that. Britain also tried to get China hooked on opium. Tried? You mean succeeded? Hyperventilation hiss is when you know you fucked up. Yeah, I mean, I didn't hyperventilate, but I was like laying in bed, and you know how you can sometimes like lay on your back and you can feel your heart still going, and it's not calming down, because usually when you're falling asleep your heart rate goes like, it goes slow. Mine was like, it was like a Taylor Swift song, man. It was so fast. Average half-life of caffeine is like 5 hours. Yeah, it's really like, you should not drink coffee past like 3 p.m. if you plan to like go to bed. It's pretty close. Both degrade your brain. Caffeine degrades your brain? I don't know. Is that why I'm so stupid? Chat! Does caffeine degrade your brain? Does caffeine degrade your brain? Oh my god! Okay, however, the effect appears temporary. Oh my god, okay. Woo! Woo! Okay, it's not that bad, guys. It's not that bad. Woo! It's definitely sleep unaffected, but not gray matter. Okay. Alright, well, at least we know. Yeah, you don't get brain damage. I was like, oh god. If you drink regularly, then technically it becomes permanent. You've got a lot more to worry about if you drink coffee on the regular than the brain matter from the change of caffeine. Nicotine is recommended for Alzheimer's patients, nicotine gum specifically. I have no idea. I've never like looked into Alzheimer's and so. Mommy! Piss, piss, piss. Shit! Piss, 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 piss. Fuck, 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 fuck. Fucking shit on calm. Piss myself. Fuck, 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 fuck. Piss, fuck, piss, 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 fuck, fuck, piss, fuck, piss, fuck, piss, 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 fuck, piss.